What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darium's Pokemon. Gonna be playing a game on PTCGO today. I'm exhausted. I just got back from like 7 hours at Darium's filming videos and trying to get the shop ready. The Dariums.com, the new website, I've tried to get that stocked, so we're doing tons and tons and tons of openings. So I was there literally all night. Today has been a crazy Monday, just the Monday to end all Mondays. It has been nuts. I mean, I woke up this morning and I deposited a bunch of money over the weekend, but it didn't go in yet, so I didn't even get my caffeine. Those of you guys that watched the stream earlier today would have known that, so I was like super depressed because I went into the Circle K, which is basically like 7-Eleven, went into 7-Eleven, tried to get my caffeine going for the day, card bounced. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't have any money, so the checks had just not gone through yet, so that was a bummer. And then I worked all day, obviously teaching, that's fine, but working without caffeine, I mean, you get to a certain point where you kind of get dependent on caffeine, and as it is right now, as busy as I am and all that, I definitely need caffeine to get my day going. So that was a little bit of a rough start to a Monday. Already being a Monday, things can get a little hectic. We have got ourselves an energy and a Buzzwole, so I'm just going to go ahead and rock and roll that. I could probably just commit that Fury Belt to the active Buzzwole, and then I will just lay for a Cynthia. I got 2 Max Elixirs in hands. I am not trying to play those. I mean, I could get something like a Lily, but I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to get a Cynthia. We're just going to shuffle draw this hand back in and see what we can get. So, leading up to Charlotte Regionals, I don't think much has changed, to be perfectly honest. What a weird hand to Cynthia back into. I don't think too much has changed. I think that the format is pretty similar. You got your Zoroark decks and you got your Buzzwole decks, and I feel like it's pretty much gone down to those two, except that maybe, we got 1 Max Elixir. Maybe, just maybe, and let's try to thin again. Can we thin again? Oh, yeah, we got it. So this is a pretty good turn 1. No, we don't have a turn 2 supporter, but I'm pretty happy with where we are. Obviously, it's a little bit better if we had not had that Fury Belt on there, because we could go turn 2 absorption, but I don't think that we necessarily even need to do that. I do think that the format is starting to narrow in, though. You got your Zoroark decks, your Buzzwole decks, and then maybe Glaceon gets to be kind of like an outside contender as well. That could be a big deal at the upcoming regional championships. I do like that this deck that my opponent's got going on right now is the Dusk main Magnezone deck. Pretty cool concept, pretty cool deck that we got going on here. Now, I don't like that if I just go ahead and Jet Punch this thing, then my opponent can maybe get a Magnezone and Meteor or Sun's Eclipse GX pretty easily, but I think that I have to go in on one of them. Probably my best bet is just attach an energy to my active so that no matter where my opponent decides to go next turn, I can just do some damage. So I'm going to Jet Punch, put 30 damage onto a Zoroark. I'm going to be good and not try to put 30 damage onto that Magnemite since it cannot be damaged from the bench. Parallel is not a bad draw there. Obviously, I do want to get my Garbodor out, but they are pretty MIA right now, so that is not happening. If my opponent's able to get that Magnezone into play this turn, I'm going to be in a world of pain for sure. I could have put my 30 damage onto the Necrozma, but I don't really think there's a point in doing that. I can go for the absorption next turn. Now, if they put Fury Belt on that thing too, that is going to hurt. That would definitely be bad for me, but I should be all right. I should be okay so long as they don't get they don't have it. So I'm going absorption. I'm also going second Lele so long as it's not prized. I didn't check, but I think I'll be all right. I could just hit my opponent with that Parallel City right now, and I think I'm going to do that while also Ultra Balling away the Floatstone and the Carbink. Let's see what we have in here. We don't have our second Lele. Okay, so plan B. I think we need to go with Trubbish, and I think we need to hit with Parallel, and we just need to hope that that buffs out. So we're still Ultra Balling, we're turning our deck, we're getting a Trubbish out, we can evolve that into a Garbodor next turn. I still stand by that Ultra Ball is definitely the play. And then I think that we absorption this thing, Parallel my opponent, they have to remove something from play. They're probably going to remove a Zorua, both Zoruas? I think they have to remove both Zoruas, and that's horrible for them. Yep, they don't even know that they're about to get this thing knocked out too. That's that is more than enough damage. We'll go in with the Absorption GX, and we are going to clear that guy right out of play and go down to just 3 prizes remaining. Now, I knew I had Tapu Lele prize, so I, pretty good odds of being able to pull it off the prizes there, but I also had a Cynthia prize, which I did see in my opening Lele, because I did Lele for Cynthia, and I saw that I only had 2 in deck, so I had a pretty good chance of ripping one of those off of the draw there. Now, my opponent, to respond, they can go Mallow, and they can stack probably Rare Candy Magnezone on top. They'll draw into it. Then so long as they could get 3 energy for their Dusk main, they should be good to go. But they did play a Mallow. They did not enter anything. They have not disrupted my hand. So I am okay to draw here. And I think that next turn, I'm just going to forego the whole Cynthia thing, and I am going to go in hard with a Lele for Sycamore to try and draw as many cards as I can, because I'm going to need I'm going to need a Strong Energy and a Fury Belt in order to return the knockout on this Duskmane Necrozma, assuming that my opponent has a metal in their hand and then is also going to mount Coronet for 2 metals. Like, that's just what I'm assuming, and they do have it. So they do have their GX attack here. If I end up missing the knockout, that is going to hurt, but I suspect that I'll at least be able to do 160 damage, and maybe I'll be able to get a Tool and a Garbodor to lock things up so that at least my opponent's got a 1-card hand. They're taking 2 prizes. Maybe they'll have a 3-card hand. The odds of them having Field Blower or whatever, maybe that decreases, but they only need 1 energy attachment too. Oh, I forgot about that. They're not discarding, so I am in a dire situation, but I think that I just have to go for it with this Buzzwole. I don't really have a choice. Oh, we got the Strong. That's great. Let's Tapu Lele first. Let's go ahead, search our deck. We have Field Blower. Not Field Blower. We need a Fury Belt. We have 2 Fury Belts in there. So I'm going to Lele for the Sycamore and try to draw as many cards as I can. If I whiff, I'm still knuckle impacting this thing for a huge amount of damage. And maybe I could slap a Carbink down or something if I miss. I did miss. Oh my goodness, and I missed the Garbodor as well. That really hurts. Okay, so we are gonna have to try and make this work next turn, and we don't have a lot of options to do so. So that is a little bit painful. I think I just gotta smack this thing for 180, and then I'm gonna get knocked out in return. I've got nothing to remove my opponent's Pokemon there. I could, Max Elixir, try to hit it to a Lele? That just seems really rough. But hey, I'll take it if I have to take it, just in order to ensure that I get to hit with something next turn. So let's try the Max Elixir. All right, so we do have a play next turn. We can knock this thing out with a Lele. That is definitely the sketchiest way to do this, but we can do it if we need to. Then I think I'm going to not put the Floatstone down yet, and I'm going to probably try to Lily and do that. Let's just Knuckle Impact for 10 damage shy. That really hurts. And my opponent could run away with the game here, just with back-to-back huge attacks. They play Mew in this deck? I didn't really see that coming, but oh well. It actually makes me even happier to be attacking with Tapu Lele next and not a Buzzwole, because that means that the Tapu Lele will probably be harder to knock out than the Tapu Lele will be more difficult to knock out than a Buzzwole next turn. So all I need to do is attach energy. I've got knockout here, but I do need to draw into some cards, and this Lily is not going to do it. Oh my goodness, I don't think that I have it here. I think that this is just going to be really hard. I'm going to attach the Flowstone, and then I'm going to be able to Lily for 3, and hopefully, oh my gosh, I've got Parallel. I at least get to counter my opponent's Stadium, but if they could just draw into the cards that they need here, they can just end me so fast, and that is frustrating. So let's see. I think, yeah, we got the Parallel. Okay, we got to play it. That's non-negotiable. So let's play the Parallel, and then we just got to Energy Drive and hope. I'm in a bad spot. They're going to bump the Mew, and then we just need the Energy Drive for knockout. And maybe our Tapu Lele can take it home if my opponent... Oh my gosh, a handful of Guzmas. All 4 Guzmas in my hand. What in the world is going on here? This is not what I want to see. My opponent just needs 4 energy and a Dusk main. They could just drop it. And no, they're going in with the Lele. They think that maybe they can get themselves the knockout with the Lele. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. They need 3 energy. They need a stadium and another energy, and they can do it. They've got the stadium. They probably have the other energy too. Man, we just drew a brick this game. We got no Garbodor online. We whiffed that knockout the turn we needed it. Assume my opponent's going to have the knockout here, and great game to my opponent. I have had a long day, and I need to go to bed and eat some dinner. So if my opponent, they got it, kudos to you. That was awesome. Well played by my opponent. And well done here, definitely, for sure. Unfortunately, my opponent was having an awkward start, having a slow start, but so was I. I didn't get to play a draw supporter early. We had to actually dig it out, so I wasn't able to take out the threats that I wanted to take out. So we had to just kind of go along with the program there and play into my opponent's hands with whatever they were doing. Are they 10 short, though? Because if they're 10 short, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16... do they have it or not? Are they slow? Oh, they have it. Okay. I was going to say, they're slow rolling me here. They make me think that maybe they don't have it, but they got it. So, good game to my opponent. It should be interesting to see what decks end up being the most popular at the Charlotte Regional Championships this weekend. But I appreciate everybody who's been out supporting me so far and just like is going to, you guys are awesome. I just really appreciate all the love and support so far. It's the reason why I keep grinding and doing this thing even though I'm exhausted and have had like a 12, 14 hour day today. No, longer than that. We talk at 8 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's 16-hour day. 16-hour day. I got to go to bed. Thank you all for watching. You guys are amazing. I'm going to go ahead and show off the list real quick. I apologize that I have not been getting the list in the description. That has just been like I'm really running myself wire to wire here, and I just have not had time to do the smallest things like log into PTCGO and get the list up in there. But let's just show off this list. This is just the good old faithful Buzzgarb list. Unfortunately, it bricked a little bit there in that game, but I still think that this deck is a great option, as are Zoroark decks. You saw, I think any Zoroark deck, any Buzzwole deck, any Glaceon deck could be a great call for the Charlotte Regional Championships, just because I think that the decks all have like pretty even-ish matchups against each other, so you really can't go wrong so long as you're playing the deck that you feel the most comfortable with. So that's all. You guys have a great day. Thank you all for watching. Peace.